Sometimes life writes stories that no one could ever imagine. This is the story of Sarah, a woman whose one act of love changed two lives forever, until one letter revealed a truth that would shake her to her core. In a quiet hospital hallway, as rain tapped against the window, a nurse approached a hopeful Sarah, holding a newborn wrapped in a soft blanket. She explained that the baby's mother had made the difficult decision to give him up, believing she couldn't give him the life he deserved. Sarah, her eyes filling with tears, didn't hesitate. "I'll take him," she whispered. "I've always wanted to be a mother. He deserves love." 2 years earlier, Sarah had lost her husband in a tragic car accident, leaving a void in her heart. But the moment she held that tiny baby in her arms, that emptiness began to fill with a new, profound purpose. She named him Ethan. The years that followed were a beautiful montage of firsts. Sarah was both mother and father, teacher and friend. She was there for his first steps, celebrated every birthday with a homemade cake, and watched him grow into a kind, compassionate young man, full of laughter and light. Their bond was unbreakable, a testament to the family they had built together. One afternoon, while exploring the attic, a teenage Ethan stumbled upon an old, dusty box. Inside, he found a sealed envelope with faded handwriting that read, "For when he's old enough." "Mom, what's this?" he asked, holding it up. Sarah's face froze for a fraction of a second. She gently took the envelope from his hands. "That's nothing, sweetheart. Just old papers." But as the years went by, the weight of that secret grew heavier. Sarah knew what it was. It was a letter from the woman who gave birth to Ethan, a woman whose face she had never seen. Late at night, she would stare at the envelope, her heart torn. Should she tell him the truth, or protect him from a past he never knew? The question hung in the air until one evening, 15 years after the adoption. Ethan, now a thoughtful young man, approached his mother. "Mom, I want to know. I'm ready," he said gently. "Please, tell me about my real mother." With a sigh, Sarah's eyes welled with tears. She knew this day would come. She retrieved the envelope and handed it to him. With trembling hands, Ethan broke the seal. The handwriting inside was soft, almost broken, as if written through tears. He began to read aloud. "My dear son, if you're reading this, it means you're safe. I never wanted to leave you. I had no choice. I was young, alone, and scared, but someone I trusted said you'd have a better life. I hope that was true. With love, Emily." Ethan looked up from the letter, his expression a mixture of shock and longing. "Emily? Who is she?" Sarah wiped a tear from her cheek. "I never met her. The agency handled everything," she explained softly. "But if you want to find her, we can try." Their search began immediately. They visited the adoption agency, combed through old records, and spent hours searching online. But most of the files were sealed, their hopes dwindling with each dead end. Just when they were about to give up, a volunteer at the agency called with a breakthrough. "We found something," the volunteer said. "There was a note attached years later. Emily tried to contact you again, but she was very ill." Ethan's face fell. Sarah held her breath. "Do you know where she is now?" she asked. The volunteer's voice was somber. "She passed away 5 years ago. But she left something for you." A few days later, a small wooden box arrived. Inside, nestled on a bed of velvet, was a silver locket. Ethan opened it. On one side was a photo of him as a baby, but on the other side was something that made his heart stop. It was a picture of a younger Sarah, smiling in the background. "Wait, how is my mom in this picture?" he asked, completely bewildered. Sarah took the locket, her hands shaking as she stared at the photo. "This can't be possible. How could Emily have my photo?" And then, like a flash of lightning, a memory surfaced. Years ago, before Ethan, Sarah had volunteered at a youth center. She remembered comforting a scared, pregnant teenage girl named Emily, assuring her that everything would be okay. "They're going to take my baby away," the young girl had cried, and Sarah had told her, "You'll find peace one day, and your baby will be loved." She never realized the frightened girl she had comforted was the same woman who would later choose her, trusting her to raise her child. Tears streamed down Sarah's face. "I met her once," she whispered. "She must have remembered me, trusted me." Ethan wrapped his arms around her. "She chose you, Mom, all along." A few months later, Sarah sat in the stands, watching proudly as Ethan received his high school diploma. He walked over to her, a bright smile on his face, and placed his graduation medal in her hand. "This belongs to both my mothers," he said. "The one who gave me life, and the one who gave me love." 15 years after that rainy day in the hospital, Sarah finally understood. Adoption isn't just about giving a child a home. It's about souls finding each other again and again. Sometimes destiny isn't about where we're born. It's about where we're loved. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more.